Virtual instruction has been a challenge, but students are learning. We are building relationships and interacting. It is not ideal, but it is working.
In-person or virtual classes? That's the question Columbia Public Schools is trying to finally answer tonight.
And we are significantly cooler than this time yesterday, but a warming trend already on the way. I'm tracking that in my first alert forecast.
Plus, COVID-19 cases increasing steadily in Cole County, which could be problematic for area hospitals. We'll explain. This is KOMU 8 News at 10.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Missouri is blaming a computer glitch for the state's COVID-19 dashboard, reporting 5,000 new cases this weekend. If the numbers were correct, this would have been more than double the previous single-day record. Yesterday, the Missouri Department of Health and Social Services announced its new tracking system that replaced its 2-decade-old homemade computer setup made an error. DHSS Director Dr. Randall Williams says his IT staff is still trying to figure out what caused the error, but understands how the error impacts public trust.
As I look around the country, this is not unique to Missouri. Many states are having trouble, and I think it's because we've now done 2 million tests. I mean, we're using more than 26 labs, using 100,000 tests a day, having to do contact tracing. People have to understand there are going to be challenges.
Dr. Williams says he believes the true numbers here in Missouri continue to see about 1,400 new cases per day, and there has not been a spike in the state, he says. Later this week, Dr. Williams and Governor Parson plan to unveil the state's plan for distributing a vaccine, which they expect to have in Missouri as early as next month. COVID-19 numbers are trending up in Cole County. The county has reported more than 500 cases the past 2 weeks. That's according to an MU extension chart. Cole has active cases at more than 1.5 times the rate of Boone County. That's despite having less than half the population of Boone. Jefferson City's mayor says she's keeping the city's message the same.
We need to remain consistent with remembering to wear our mask and keep our distance from everyone. I know these are things that people might be tired of hearing of, but this is something that we need to do this now more than ever.
Jefferson City does not currently have a mask mandate like in Columbia. A Missouri Hospital Association spokesperson says the upward trend could hurt hospital space and ventilator availability. Cole County currently has 98 ICU beds and 151 ventilators available. Here's a look at other COVID-19 cases across mid-Missouri. Today, Boone County reported its 13th death due to COVID-19, that person over the age of 80. The county reported 13 new cases today with 329 active cases. Those are the only updated numbers coming out of local counties today. Most health departments didn't provide new case numbers because of the Columbus Day holiday. Boone Electric Cooperative sent a crew to Louisiana today to help in the aftermath of Hurricane Delta. The crew just returned 5 weeks ago after traveling for Hurricane Laura to the same area. Boone Electric sent 10 linemen, 6 trucks, and equipment to help restore power and clear all these trees. Delta knocked out power to 43,000 meters. They're expecting to have power back up and running in the area within 2 weeks. Here's what's happening right now. Johnson & Johnson is pausing its clinical trials for its COVID-19 vaccine after one of its volunteers was diagnosed with an unexplained illness. The company did not say what that illness was. Trials have been stopped to confirm whether that illness is actually linked to the vaccine. Judge Amy Coney Barrett her confirmation hearing for the U.S. Supreme Court started today. In an unusual move, Senator Lindsey Graham has already set a business meeting for Thursday to vote on Barrett's nomination. The 48-year-old was a clerk for the late conservative Justice Scalia. In the first day of the hearings, Barrett defined her judicial philosophy.
Courts are not designed to solve every problem or right every wrong in our public life. The public should not expect courts to do so, and courts should not try.
Some Democrats expressed their disapproval that Republicans are rushing to fill the Supreme Court seat before the election and warned that Americans' access to health care will be at stake when the court hears arguments on the Affordable Care Act on November 10th. Republicans focused on Barrett's Catholic faith and called out their political opponents for making her faith an issue.
When you tell somebody that they're too Catholic to be on the bench, when you tell them they're going to be a Catholic judge, not an American judge, that's bigotry. The pattern and practice of bigotry from members of this committee must stop.
No Democrats mentioned her faith at the hearing, though, instead focusing on the health care issues in the context of the pandemic. Judge Barrett will take questions from senators tomorrow. President Donald Trump's physician says he is no longer contagious. Dr. Sean Conley says the president has tested negative for COVID-19 on consecutive days and says he is no longer contagious. The statement comes moments after Trump left for a rally in the Orlando area. He was not wearing a mask, and rally attendees also not required to wear masks either.
We're in great shape, tested totally negative and really in good shape.
President's push to get back to rallies comes as coronavirus cases are on the rise in more than 30 states, some hitting new records for single-day increases, including in Ohio, where Joe Biden campaigned today. The Democratic presidential nominee held a drive-in campaign event at a United Auto Workers rally in Ohio. Biden's attempting to win a majority in that battleground state, which went to Trump in the 2016 election. Biden emphasized his tax plan, which was a point of contention at last week's vice presidential debate.
Here's how my plan works. I'm not going to raise taxes on anyone who makes less than $400,000 a year. If you make more than $400,000, beep your horn because you're going to get a tax raise.
Biden says he'll raise taxes only slightly for those making more than $400,000, while middle-class families would get tax cuts under his proposal. The story behind a record-breaking $300 million donation to Missouri S&T. Plus, why some GOP-owned ballot boxes in California are facing legal scrutiny. That's coming up.
And we're